apologize if you hear some snoring or cooing in the background because Aria is currently sleeping. It's funny because she has this weird snore sometimes. And I was like telling Michael that she has this weird snore, but I haven't been able to catch it on camera yet. But I actually did just recently catch it on camera, so I'll probably insert a clip here. But I just wanted to do like a little video blog update thing because yesterday Aria had her first week appointment, and yeah, that took a little bit of getting out the door, I have to say, but we got out the door and we got to our appointment on time. I used my ring sling to carry her into the office because I can't use the carrier quite yet because of my C-section. With her in it, it would be probably more than 10 pounds to carry it. And Michael was at work yesterday, so he couldn't come with me. Anyways, yeah, we went to the appointment and they wanted her health card number, but I didn't actually have the physical health card because I have to wait for it to come in the mail. But we went to sit down, and then there was this guy in the waiting room that's like, ma'am, her foot is sticking out. And I'm like, what? And then like I'd quickly put her in the sling, had her all bundled up, and she's like sleeping against my chest. And then I guess one of her foot was just sticking right out, and I was like, okay, she's still in the sling, so I don't think that really matters, but I just kind of put her foot back in the sling, I guess, but I thought that was funny, just some random guy was like that. But, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so we sit down to wait for her name to be called, and, they call her name. At first I don't respond because I'm like, did they call her name or did they not? Because they were like area, and I was thinking it's Aria, not area. But I get that now and then that people just can't pronounce her name right, but everyone's gonna say it differently, I think, because they're not sure how to pronounce it with the spelling, I guess. But oh, she's fussing now. I'm gonna have to pause this. So I'm sorry if you hear any sucking sounds now, because she's just needing to feed now, which is the life of a newborn, so you gotta expect that. But yeah, anyway, so they call her name, and I'm not sure, like, did they call it, or am I just hearing things? But yeah, they did call it. So then I brought her, so they called her name, and then I followed the nurse. And then she's like, okay, you're going to have to change her diaper and put on a clean one. So I'm like, oh man, this is going to be awkward. So I quickly change her diaper, and then they have a garbage to throw it away, and then they weigh her. And I'm like, oh, I really hope she's gained some weight. Because, let's see, she was 7 pounds when she was born. And then the day after, she was 7 pounds 8 ounces, and then the Saturday she was 7 pounds 6 ounces, and then the following Monday she was 6 pounds and 9 ounces. And I was really hoping that she would at least be back to her birth weight when we went to this appointment. So I was like, so what does she weigh in pounds? And they're like, 7 pounds 1 ounce. And I was like, yay! Well, I didn't say that, but I was thinking in my head, I was like, good, the breastfeeding's working. She's not losing weight. And the doctor was pretty calm, I would say, when I saw him. And I think, like, he asked if I was breastfeeding, and I was like, yep, I'm breastfeeding. So I don't think he had a problem with that, because I think they encourage people to breastfeed. And then, he asked how often I was breastfeeding, and I said, well, I do try to breastfeed like every 2 hours, but mostly on demand, so I think he was okay with that. And I guess he hopes that by her next appointment, which is in 2 weeks, he's hoping that she'll gain 1 to 2 more pounds, so I'm really hoping she will, because I really want to continue breastfeeding, and I feel like she is doing really good with the breastfeeding. And like, I guess if I have to supplement a bit, if they're concerned, then I will, but for the most part, I think the breastfeeding is going pretty well now. Like, we had a rough start to begin with, but she's nursing like a champ now. Like, she's got the hang of it. And I think my supply has evened out too, because I don't feel engorged like I did in the beginning, because I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this. Like, it was pretty painful. And I don't think I expected it to be painful like right away, but it was like my milk came in and then boom, like a ton of supply right away. I was like, oh man. But for the most part, it is going good. And he checked her out and everything looks good. He asked me if I had any concerns, and I just said, well, she just hiccups a lot, so but I think some babies will do that. And I kind of feel like with her hiccuping, it's like it's normal for her to hiccup, because she hiccuped a lot when I was pregnant. So it's just kind of part of who she is. But yeah, so we had our appointment, and I had the diaper bag, and I was carrying her going back to the car, and she was kind of a little fussy. And then there was a person parked like near me in the parking lot, and they're like, oh ma'am, do you need some help? You look like you have your hands full. And I was like, no, I'm okay. So I like just put the diaper bag down and used the keypad to enter the vehicle. And she was like crying, but then it was hot out, so I was like, I don't really want to feed her in the car. So I was like, maybe we'll just head back home, I think. So we went back home, and then I was thinking she was going to be crying the whole way home. But I think it's like the driving of the vehicle soothes her, because she cried for a little bit and then just was quiet the rest of the way home. And then once I got home, then I fed her, because I was like, I don't really want to be stuck in a hot vehicle feeding her. So I'm glad we were able to make it home. And then, what else was I going to say? Yeah, it's been pretty smoky here. Like, I'm in Alberta in Canada, so if you haven't been able to tell so far with my accent, which I can't tell my own accent, but maybe you can. But yeah, I'm in Canada in Alberta, and right now there's fires burning in BC, and now the smoke from those fires has kind of come into Alberta, so it's pretty smoky outside now. So for the most part, I'm gonna just stay inside and just kind of wait out the smokiness. And I hope it goes away soon, because I really enjoyed our first outing walk the other day, and I was hoping to do some more walking this week, but because it's so smoky, I just don't want to put Aria at risk, and I've been getting headaches too when I go out in the smoke, so hopefully it subsides. And it's nice for her dedication that's happening August 6th. And my mom's going to come down too that time. So, yeah. So a little bit of things to look forward to, I think. So, yeah. So I'm just going to let her feed. Yeah, she's just feeding there. Just wanted to do a quick little update. So, thanks for watching, and tune in next time.